G, and we're hanging out with Straight from the Fan. So last time we talked with you guys weren't on a label. So what made you decide to go back to Sumerian?
Yeah, we re-signed with Sumerian because we've had history. They put out our records when no one gave a shit. Like, we put out Villains and no one fucking cared, seriously.
Literally.
We put out Make Your Own History and no one gave a shit. So it was like 3 years of them not losing money on us. And then we put out Rising Sun and it all started kind of happening. And then like, now we're doing well. And the thing was with them, long story short, they were like, yo, we can't really afford to give you like the kind of money that we want, but we'll do as much as we can because we lost on 2 records. But, you know, if you just put out Rising Sun, you would have got what you wanted. So like, yo, like, think about what you would have after the money. Like, think about what you don't think about money. So we were like, you know what? Like, we definitely could have went to some fucking whatever label and gotten, like, more money than we got at Sumerian, but it's like, you know, this band has made it to where it is now. We've never made a decision based on money. Like, we've done a lot of decisions that hurt us financially, but ended up working out for us. So we didn't want to make a decision based on money. Right. So we signed with Sumerian because they genuinely love our band, and we know that for sure because they put out our records losing money because they thought we were awesome, and no one else did that. And now it's like to the point where we're doing well, and it's like part of me felt like we owed it to them. So it's like, yo, you stuck by us, like now, so we're gonna stick by you. You always did good for us and shit, and now it's working. The band's doing well. There's bands putting out other records that are ripping us off now, and it's cool. So that's awesome. I love Sumerian.
So you guys finished recording your new album in January. What can the fans expect out of this album?
It's something different. I think I always kind of say that we kind of concentrated less on maybe trying to like impress with like musical ability. You know, there's a lot of bands that I feel like, especially on a label, that are tremendously talented at their instruments. But so me personally, I guess I always kind of thought like maybe to stand out, we try to need to impress. Like, let me do some like crazy shit. But it's just a lot less of like the whole noodling thing and more of like, let's write some songs with some structure and like that you can really kind of like bang your head to and enjoy and not try to figure out what the fuck's going on for like a week. You know what I mean?
But at the same time, though, it's the most stripped down song structured we've ever been, but the most experimental. Like, I know as far as guitars and stuff like that, it's a lot of like me trying to be two guitar players, where I do that a lot live, but on this record I wrote a lot expecting to do like a lot of stuff. So it's experimental, it's stripped down, it's got a ragey kind of feel, it's like got guest spots from some of our friends who are awesome. We already shot 2 videos for it, we're shooting a 3rd.
Coming out in the fall.
Sick. Movie star on the cover.
Yeah, that's it.
That was funny, but that's true.
Alright, so it seems hardcore bands in general are playing bigger shows and festivals. What are you guys doing to keep your sound unique?
We kind of just, every time we write stuff, it's never like, this is what we got to do. It's never a plan. It's just like whatever we write, that's what it is, and that's what's going to be on the record.
Yeah.
That's really how
everyone in this band has like a huge like different musical background as far as what bands we've played in, or like what type of music that we listen to, which I think helps a lot as far as writing, because everyone has a, you know, he'll play a riff and maybe think like this is what he thought the drums would be like, and then maybe in my head like I'm picturing something completely different. I think that has a lot to do with all of our different musical backgrounds. Like, you know, we grew up in the Long Island like hardcore scene together, but there's some bands that he loves that I fucking hate. There's some bands that I love that he despises.
I despise with every part of my body.
Each of us pretty much grew up listening to a different style of either punk, hardcore, or metal, which I think is cool and makes us unique. And we also don't give a shit about what kids might want to hear.
It's always like a gut feeling of just what I think is sick, and because like I don't like a lot of heavy music anymore. So I like to write heavy music that I like. So like Stray is one of my favorite bands. Like, I love the shit that we do. Like, you know, from where it's bass, vocals, drums, or guitar, I write shit that would impress me if I heard it from someone else. And that's why, we just roll with that, because that's what we did from Villains and Make Your Own History. No one gave a shit about them, but we still kept rolling with it with Rising Sun, and then the shit was going good. And normally before we release a record, I get nervous, like, oh shit, are people gonna like this, blah, blah, blah. With this new one, I don't. Like, I'm just like, it's just so good, I just don't care. And now it's just like I feel like it's just gonna do its work for it. We put out Landmines, and I was like, oh shit, I don't know what people are gonna think, and everyone liked Landmines, so it was like, all right, cool. I feel like we're everyone will be digging it. If they dig that, like that's like the worst song on the record to me. So it's like,
No, it's not it at all. But
what is?
I don't think there's a bad record on the... I don't
Yeah,
think
but
there's a bad song on the record.
Oh, of course, there's a bad fucking, Deftones song, but it's still a Deftones song. Still not shitty.
Okay.
Yeah, Adrenaline is my least favorite. Record is shit compared to everyone else, but it's still a Deftones record. So Landmines is the worst. Landmines is the adrenaline of our records. Still sick, but whatever.
If you could be in any 80s metal band, which one would you
Fucking
be?
Guns N' Roses.
None of them.
All day.
80s
I
metal.
say it all the time. If I could be reborn, I would choose to live in LA in the 80s with Guns N'
Yeah.
Roses.
I would
All
choose.
day.
I would choose Metallica,
Like-
and then when my band went and got lunch during recording all of our records, I'd throw them in the trash. Right there. That would be me flushing the fucking toilets.
No one in this band listens to
I
any 80s
hate
metal.
Metallica. I don't like 80s metal. So
Besides myself.
all the people just clicked out. The people like Metallica. They're just Xing out this interview right now. Now 90s band. Now we're talking. Because now there's a lot. I mean, there's Rage, Deftones, fucking Third Eye Blind.
That wasn't the question.
Incubus.
Anyways, Guns
From the 80s.
N' Roses was so fucking cool. Like, everything about that band, especially when I was a little kid, was like, this band is so sick.
Hold on.
They're just like the coolest guys on earth.
To close up this interview, do you guys have anything to say to your fans?
You're
New
shot.
record.
Thanks for nothing. Losers. Trick ya.
New record out in the fall.
No.
Doing a lot of touring.
So much touring. Yeah, thanks for sticking by us.
Yeah, thank you for...
Yeah, really.
Thanks for watching Crescendo TV and hanging out with Straight from the Path.
Peace.